Shalom, shalom, beloved. I have a cold, and I think it's combined with perhaps some kind of allergies, which I usually don't get allergies, but you know, anything can happen. So I apologize for the stuffy nose and maybe an occasional cough here and there. But I did a video once before about putting a new string in the harp, but it really wasn't that well put together, I didn't think. At least if you actually wanted to do it yourself, I didn't think it was that well put together. So, I don't know why I'm bending over. Straighten this up. So, I'm basically gonna try to make a video of you that you can actually use if anybody out there is a harpist in fairly new at playing the harp, or even if you've been playing the harp for a long time and you have always had like your teacher or something put the new string in your harp before. It's definitely very liberating as a harpist once you finally know how to do it yourself. Putting a new string in. Alright, excuse me. So what I have here is, and I have more than one harp, of course, I'm sure you know that if you've been a subscriber for a long time. Different sizes of harps. I've got pedal and non-pedal harps. The non-pedal being called a lover harps. I got the harp that I made. One that I also got as a gift. You may have seen that in one of my older videos. But the harp I'm doing right now this is actually the largest harp in the harp world. At least at this point. I guess there might be a bigger one in the future, I don't know. I always imagined that the harp that I would play in heaven would be like really, really big and just sound resounding. But gold, with gold strings. I don't know if you can play gold strings, what that would sound like. Anyways, getting off topic here. Well, same topic, but different branch of it. This is the Lion and Healy. Oh, you still can't see it. You have to take my word for it, I guess. Can't really zoom in because I don't have fancy stuff on here. Because it's just my webcam, but yeah. Up here it says Lion and Healy. This is the Lion Healy brand. This is a concert grand, which is the size of harp that you need for if you're in a symphony orchestra, if you're going to audition for a scholarship, which I did that years ago. It was pretty exciting, and that was so this is a harp. There's a glare in there. Oh, that's probably from the windows behind me. And so Lion and Healy has their they have actually different, they have different harps, lots of different harps, all different kinds of harps, but this is the, I'm sorry, I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Oh, no, I guess not. I thought I was gonna sneeze. Hopefully I can get through this video. We've gone this far. This is the string that I'm going to be replacing. Then it is a D 4th octave pedal natural gut string. You do not want to do the nylon string. I mean, there are harps you're going to use a nylon string, but for this one, you do not want to do nylon. You want to make sure if you're ordering strings online, this is Bow brand, by the way. If you're ordering this online for perhaps your new pedal harp, you're going to want your natural gut string. We've made that mistake before. I wasn't the one ordering it, so that's probably the other problem at that time. It was my wonderful, sweet mother. I think, actually, maybe it was my dad, I'm not sure, but anyways, this is the one you want to get. And how, for the octave, we're going from up here, just to kind of give you an idea, and I know you can't really, again, I can't zoom in, I apologize for that, but we have the way that this works is we have the first octave up here, second octave, third octave, fourth octave. So I'm going basically from this area to the C, and the C's are red. And so yeah, first octave, second octave, third octave. And so this is a fourth octave we're missing. If you can see it, I don't know, but there's a space there for fourth octave D. I'm going to replace that. And what you want is a hard piece of either like another string or, you know, something. I know that in emergency situations, like if you're going to play for concert or recital, sometimes something like a hairpin, I don't recommend it, but I mean, if you're in an emergency, a hairpin or like a safety pin, something like that can help you, at least to some extent. For the time being, it might change the sound of the string a bit, but you know, it is what it is. So this is what it looks like. Taking it out of the bag. And I'm gonna just unravel it. Yeah, because it's raveled up. Cool. And usually, what I do, my harp teacher years ago had taught me this, is I kind of just, I don't know, what would you call this? Not flexing. Moving, stretching, I guess. It's not really stretching, but more like moving back and forth the string, just because it's going to be on this harp and it's going to have lots of tension. There is, on this full-size pedal harp, over 1,000 pounds of weight on the soundboard with the pressure of the strings. Might have to correct myself on that. No, that's right. I just realized though, I think one time I accidentally told somebody 10,000. I don't think it's that much. I think it's 1,000, but anyways, it's a lot either way. 10,000 is quite a big difference though. But yeah, that tension, it's crazy. So anyways, you want to get your string basically prepared for all that. I don't want to do it too much. I usually don't want to do too much because also the other thing with gut string is that it kind of breaks on its own anyways. Not breaks, but you know. Yeah, I guess breaks a little bit. Anyways, so once you've got that going, then you're going to take one end of the string and make a loop. Okay. So we've got a long end. I should probably do that again actually. Because I know how helpful it was for me when I saw pictures of this, taking it like this. Well, I guess, yeah, your normal loop. But not too big. I should make it smaller than that. Kind of big. And actually with the bigger, the thicker string is a little more tricky, I think. And then you're going to make another loop. The longer end here. I mean a small loop, but with the longer end. Like that. If you can see that. And you're going to try to stick it inside the bigger loop. And it's not easy. Try to do that. And once you stuck it in there, you're going to, wow. Yeah, this is what always happens to me. You're going to slowly pull here on the longer end. I apologize, my nose is running again. And you're going to take that little piece you've got and stick it in that one loop that's underneath those two loops. How do I explain this? Like, you've got the two loops, right? And you got the little one on the inside. There's going to be a little space, a little opening loop at the bottom, okay? And, I'm still not sneezing. Oh, that's so frustrating. Okay, and you're going to stick this little piece in that little loop. And you're going to slowly tighten this if you can. And it will take quite a few times because when the string is like new like this, see, it's already coming apart. Trial and error. Oh, this always happens. Okay. So, one loop. Oops, probably making all kinds of noise here. One loop, another loop inside. Pull together. I hope that made sense. Oh, you know what? Oh, I hope that was the right. That was the wrong side, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. I apologize, everybody. No, that is the right side, isn't it? Okay, I might have made a mistake here. Yeah. It basically takes a while. Yeah, I did make a mistake. Okay, so exactly what I did earlier, but the other way. My apologies. That's what was wrong. Of course, it's also really hard, but and then you probably can't see what I'm doing, can you? I'm pulling from the longer side, and it's kind of an exaggerated bunny ear, sort of, I guess, with the little hard piece inside and the longer end out. And I do not have a Kleenex. No, I don't. Oh, I gotta survive through this video. It's all for the love. Or perhaps just to show how exciting this is. How trialsome this is. It's good work though. It really uses your brain. Okay, so that's what you want it to look like. Again, this is sort of an exaggerated loop, but some kind of loop. It's better to have an exaggerated loop than have one that's too small, in my opinion, because if it's too small, it can easily come out when you're sticking the string inside the harp, which is the next part. That's going to be a lot of fun, woohoo, because it doesn't always work either. Sometimes you have to do it over and over and over again, to the point where you're making most unusual noises because you're quite frustrated that it doesn't work. So let me explain that this harp, for these bigger harps too, there are, if you don't know this or if you're new to the harp, there's like openings in the back of the harp so that, you know, more sound comes out, and also so you can put new strings in, because if we did not have these holes in the back of the harp, we wouldn't be able to put new strings in. Unless we broke the harp each time, which would be rather inconvenient. So, yes, there's these holes in the back. And this is rather big, so I apologize. I cannot turn it all the way around. At this point, I guess I could scooch it all the way around, but I don't know if it would. Actually, I'm not sure that there's enough room here. I really want you to see this, so I'm gonna. I don't know if you can see that. Even in the video, doesn't it show up, does it? There's a hole here. Yeah. And inside, well, you can't see that part. But inside, there's little knobs. Little. Hang on. We're getting there. Yes. Very nice. Okay, there's little spots in there with where you put the string at, and you're gonna want to put, you can actually see where the other ones are at. You're gonna want to put this side inside there. Okay, so this side, you're gonna take the long end, the long piece, and we're gonna stick it in there, and then we're gonna pull it through the other side, and yeah, okay, but now I have to move the harp all the way back. But this is the part, so this goes in first, that's true, but this is what, you're gonna want it to look like these. Hopefully you can see that. Those other little ones, because there's holes in the harp, yeah. This harp is 81 pounds, by the way, which, because I'm quite small, not small, well, weight-wise, should I even say? This is like almost, this weighs actually almost as much as myself, so it's not easy for me to move it around. I'm a very thin person. So, anyways, okay. So the space, you probably can't see it, but it is there. I'm gonna stick this side. Oh, also, I've got this big tuning key and this tuner. You can usually, if you don't have a tuner that works for the harp. All I can really say is I mean, there are harp tuners, but guitar tuners usually work at least okay. I try to also go by ear some, as much as I can, but yeah. So now I'm sitting down because it's time to have a break. No, just kidding. Here we go. This goes through inside one of the holes. There are more than one hole, so this is one of the middle strings, is a 4th octave one. And I get to look inside here. This was great when my mother would help me. Sometimes she'd get a flashlight and she'd hold it to the back of the harp while I stuck this in here, but she's not here. I mean, she is here, I believe, because she is very much alive. I always thought that was profound when Y-shua said about Elohim, God being the God of the living, when he was referring to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yaakov. And that's because although our bodies, our physical bodies, pass away, Abba has our soul. The soul continues to live, the spirit lives. And it's not like, that's kind of an interesting topic, I guess, as far as like people talk about ghosts and things, and really there are angels and there are, what is the opposite of angels? And so it's not that there's a ghost, it's that there is the spiritual world that is very much together with the physical world. So anyways, I say my mother's here. In the one hand that I know she is alive. I don't have all the answers to how that works, with the heavenly world, but I know she is alive. So whether she's like here, or simply aware of my presence, it's kind of an interesting thing. I don't know, but I know I heard someone once say that when you pass on, you are alive, but you're not aware of what's happening here. But on the other hand, it's also written in the Word that we have a great many witnesses, the tzaddikim, the holy ones. So, and then I wonder, well, what does that mean, what does Abba mean by that? If we, there's got to be some kind of understanding of what's happening here. And I remember my mother sharing with me a dream that she had when she was a child, actually, where she saw the earth, the world, from God's perspective, because he had taken her on a little walk up in the clouds, basically, and he pushed away the clouds so that she could see people below. And I actually think about that more than ever now. And I'm so glad my mother shared that with me. A dream she had when she was a little girl, she remembered it. Who would forget that? That's pretty amazing. But she remembered that time with him, and I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional here. I know somehow, I know she's alive, and especially because she shared that dream, there's got to be some understanding of what's happening here. And I feel that sometimes. Sorry. It's like when I got on my black horse that I think I told you guys about. I'm getting an old string out. I forgot to say that. That's what I'm doing right now because it's stuck in there still. I got the new string and the old string. Anyways, when I got on my black mare, my black Arabian horse that I got was the last horse that I had shown my mother. I was always excited looking at new horses for sale, Arabian horses, of course, my favorite. And that was the last horse I showed her, and that's the one I got, part of my special story with her. Anyways, the day that I rode her, I just really sensed that my mom was watching, and it was like really cool and kind of an odd feeling, at the same time, because it's like, whoa, she's not here, but I feel like she's watching. And even after she passed, I had some days where I especially really felt like she was so close or watching so intently. And there's been times where it's like I feel that she's watching, and then it's like, wow, I'm sorry, Mom, and I'm sorry, Abba, because I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, and I'm just, even though we all make mistakes, I've just felt more aware. Maybe that's not the right word. I've always been aware, but I guess more aware. More aware of my movements and thoughts and things. I've always thought it's very important how we think, because Abba, of course, is not only watching what we do, but how we think. And even sometimes, though we make mistakes even with what we do, Abba sees our heart. And so I believe that sometimes we are in situations we didn't want to be in, or we didn't, we're not, how do I say this? Want to, it's not the place, not quite where we want to be, and keeping that constant communication with Abba is so important, so that he can put us where we're supposed to be, work through us where we're, how we're supposed to be worked through, and just make us how he wants us to be. And that's really quite comforting, actually, if we're able to just say, hey, take me as I am, take me with, the way that I am, and make something beautiful. It's a daily prayer, I think a lot of people think that you have this one big change when you come to know Abba, but it's not like that at all. It's a relationship, and you're continually learning and growing and learning. I mean, it just never stops. And I'm getting off here, and we're already at this point. It's a good off, though, right? I stuck the new string through this peg here, and it's got a hole in it. So basically, once you've got it through there, how can I do this? I really want you guys to see this, because this is super important, I think. How you do it so that it wraps correctly. Whoa. This is a heavy laptop. If it topples over, that would be sad. See how it's kind of in a V shape? I got the one finger putting pressure, tightening on the long string, and then I've got the other end of the string, the other side of the string, I'm holding onto it to keep it tense so that it won't, so we won't lose that tension, because remember, the string is still tied to the harp at the bottom, and we don't want to lose that knot we had, that special knot we made. Okay, so we've got this up here, and now what we're going to do is on the other side of the harp, with my tuning key, the peg that is directly linked to that D, see, on the side, we're going to tune it forward, which would be facing the crown of the harp, to tighten it, sharpen it. Also, how when you tune to sharpen it, we go forward towards the crown. To flatten it, it goes towards you. Okay? Thank you all for being so patient, by the way, listening to everything. Here's my tuning key, my tuning device, and on the other side. So my hand is still, it's going to stay like with that V shape, pressure on both sides. It's going to stay like this. And I'm holding it in such a way so that it's really just coming out. I'm not holding it so that it's coming straight up the other side at all. And the reason why is because when I start to tune this, you're going to see these strings overlap each other. And you want that a little bit so that when it's being wrapped around this tuning peg, it will stay in place. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to start turning forward. And I don't know if you can see that actually. It's going to start twisting on its own. The strings, it's going to be very good. And you're going to see that overlap. Kind of wish we could get it actually a little farther back, honestly. So to get it farther back, because I want to have more space for the string, I'm going to just kind of, I'm still holding the string in the same spot, but I'm going to kind of lean into the harp a little bit and keep turning. And now I'm putting pressure a little bit on the inside of the string because it's starting to get tighter. Still holding on to the string here because, again, we've got that loop at the bottom. We want to keep this a little bit taut. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Baruch Hashem. Taut. I think I did that word like several times earlier. Okay, and now I just realized before we make it any tighter, you want to make sure that the string, and I think that was my stomach, sorry, I'm hungry. You want to make sure the string is over on the front of that, this, forgetting all my harp terminology here. Oh, this is like the part where it changes the key, right? Okay, so this golden, not gold, it's not really gold, but it looks gold, you know what I'm saying? Knob here, you want it to be on the front of it and between these two knobs that turn. Okay, so I still have this. I'm still turning forward on the side, still going forward, and we're gonna, it's now actually quite taut, so let's see. Aha, it's getting there. Now at first, I don't like to tune up the string like right where it's supposed to be right away, because sometimes the string will just snap right away because it hasn't had time to stretch. So what I do is I tune it a little bit more each day, sharpen it a little more each day. So like right now, it's a little taut. I'm gonna stretch the string a little bit up and down, and then I'm gonna leave it like this overnight and tighten it up a little more tomorrow morning, again in the evening, if I get a chance, in the afternoon as well, but yeah. And there you have, let's see if I can tune it a little more, your string. One thing I like to do also is I do like to double check the other side where the loop was, because sometimes in the process of tuning, even though it's held its place, the hard piece has come undone. So I'm going to check and see, where's my D at? Oh, it's down here. Whoa. And it looks like, whoa. Well, it's there, but what I have discovered is the hard piece has moved quite a bit down, which is that can be very bad for easily snapping. So I'm not going to record what I'm going to do because that'll take forever, and this is already forever. But I'll just tell you. So the hard piece, you know, it's in there. It's still there, but it has slid down to the edge. So what I'm going to do is just loosen the string a bit so that I can put that hard piece exactly where it goes. And if you want me to explain more in detail what exactly I mean by that, I can, you know, leave a comment and I can explain better. But because maybe that's not very explanatory, but it's okay. Like if we left it like this, it would be okay, but I like that the hard string piece to be exactly in the middle. That way, when this gets tighter, the hard piece can still support it by the soundboard. Okay, so yeah. Thank you so much for listening. I love you all so much. I hope that was helpful or informational, and thank you for bearing with me even with my cold. Thank you. Shalom, shalom. I love you all so much. Bye-bye.